Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. Here we are again. Four of us get together weekly and talk about our online business or things in our lives and, show you who we are. And then I hope we can bring some value to your life as well. And before we start, let's have some self introduction. Let's start with Beth.
Hi everyone, ladies. My name is Ben. So I'm originally from Taiwan and now live in LA with my husband. I came here in the pandemic time, so have been living here more than 3 years, and I have been running this online business for almost 3 years this coming June. So I'm really grateful that I have found this business that really helps me and allows me to have the freedom to do the things I really love. So like every morning I don't have the blue, this kind of feeling to go to work, that kind of feel anymore. And it's really nice to chat with you ladies weekly. So thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Okay, how about you, Linel?
Thanks, Debbie. So, my name is Linnell Dondale, and I live in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. I have lived here my whole life. I was born and raised here, and I'm a wife and a mom and a grandma. And I've been doing this business for around 3.5 years, a little more than that now. And like Beth, I am enjoying it very much, and I enjoy meeting with you guys every week. It's been
Thank you, Linel and Molly.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, ladies. Beth, thank you. Um, First of all, my name is Merle Bolden. I've been an online business owner for a little bit more than 3 years, and I am so grateful to have these ladies. And today, I kind of almost missed this chat because I was watering my flowers, and Beth called me and was like, "Oh my gosh!" So having these people in your life that are really trying to help you to become accountable is really nice. So I am so grateful for that. And I am mother of two boys and also originally from the Philippines and now living here in Wisconsin, USA. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and my name is Debbie Alexander. I am originally from Japan and now living in Salmonam, British Columbia, Canada. I came to North America when I was 18 and I really liked the lifestyle and decided to stay here. And ever since, I just live in United States and Canada. And what else? I studied this online business back in 2019 in February. So it's been already over 4 years. And I'm so grateful that I came across with this business. It's literally changed my life and my husband's life. And, I'm so grateful that I have met those beautiful ladies and business partners and getting to know a lot more people that I probably wouldn't have ever chance to get to know them. Okay, so today we are going to talk about gratitude. Like we all of us actually mentioned that that we are being grateful, and we use this being grateful a lot of times. When we started our online business, we actually kind of encouraged to practice gratitude. So today, why gratitude is so important. Being grateful is so important. We'll talk about that. Okay, who wants to go first?
Me. Thank you, ladies. So actually, I'd like to share my personal experiences before this online business. I have been married to my husband for more than 10 years. And before our marriage, we have been, dating with each other for 5.5 years, and then we get married. And then, in our relationship before our marriage, I would say it was really great. We seldom fight or argue, but in my why I'm sharing this, because in my first year of my marriage, I was kind of the D word is always pop up in my head, divorce, because I was so angry about him because we haven't lived together, and then because after marry each other, and then we live together, and then I thought we were the similar person, but actually we are not. We are totally different. We think different. We do things different. And then he was kind of to control me everything. And then so in that period of time, I started to complain about my husband, and then I was not happy, and then I was so confused because before our marriage, I thought we are like the same, and then I thought we are we like each other, and then all of a sudden it just changed. So, and then someone told me that, have you ever think that, you should do something like more grateful, and then to think about what's the positive side of your husband, and then you can have this kind of life. And then I was kind of, what are you talking about? I didn't really, because at that period of time, I complain a lot. So I focus on what's missing in our marriage, and why he's doing these things to me, and why. It's about me. It's not about our marriage. So when I start to shift my focus to what I'm having already, and then I was kind of, really surprised, like, oh, actually, I have a lot than I think. And then although my husband really loved to control me, and when he come back home, he would say, why this is kind of messy, and why this is something not in order, those kind of things. And then if I turn into a different perspective, I'm really grateful that he is a person that he is the one really in order, and he is the one really, really can make our house really, like more clean. So if I think like that way, I would not think like, oh, he's a person really like really bossy. So after that, I starting to think more positive things. And when I joined this business, I was so surprised that people all mentioning that you should be more grateful, and we are encouraged to read the book, The Magic. And actually, the book really teaches us how to do that, like step by step, because it has like 28 days, and then like what you're going to do, this kind of thing. And then I realized myself become much more happier than before, because for me now I'm focusing much on what I'm having, but not, the thing that I don't have. So I think that's why I think my life is kind of changed than before. Because when I'm mentioning and sharing this with my friends, and then they couldn't believe that my relationship with my husband before, especially in the beginning, was that kind of bad. They couldn't imagine that, because for now we have been, married for more than 10 years. They seem as like, oh, you are like a very lovely couple. But in the very beginning, it's not like that at all. Yes, I would say it really, helped me to change my life and also my marriage. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, thank you very much for sharing your personal experience and personal story. Yes, we tend to focus what we do not have in our lives instead of, what we already have.
Yes.
So, even in the person as well, like, I have complaints about my husband too, right? But
Yeah.
instead of what he doesn't do it, or what he cannot do it, or what he doesn't care about, instead I try to, I do focus on what he does, what he can do, and what he cares. Then everything changes.
Yes.
Every subject have two subject, positive side and negative side. So
Yeah.
instead of focusing on the negative, we want to, focus on the positive. And being grateful will shift our energy up, and it's actually most powerful emotion that we can have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the book. It's called Magic. And I think all of you ladies have this, and everybody in my team has a copy of Magic as well. So this book is highly recommended by our online business community. And if you are interested, grab one from Amazon or go to the bookstore and find it. It's by the Rhonda Byrne.
Burned.
Burn.
Rhonda
Burns. Thank you. Okay. What about you, Linnell?
Sure. Actually, I am in the process of reading The Magic, and my book is getting like a little bit dog-eared. Like it's even like the middle of the spine is starting to fall apart. I've read it, oh, I'm thinking it's at least 5 times. And I had this book before I ever started this business. I think I got it in about 2015. And that's when I started to really practice and think about gratitude and that it was missing in my life. Um, so since I started doing the practices in this book, and I've incorporated some that I do all the time, I have noticed a difference. And I noticed that if I'm starting to feel negative about something, that of course more negativity happens because that's what I'm attracting to myself. So we also talk about the law of attraction, that if you're thinking about whatever you're thinking about, you bring about. So if you're focusing on all the negative aspects in your life, or what your spouse is doing, or lack of money, all these different kinds of things, you're just going to bring more of that same to you. So if you're in a state or an attitude of gratitude, it really makes a difference, because you can't feel negative when you're thinking and you're feeling grateful. And I think I'm on day 27 today, and so there's 28 practices. And I was telling Beth before that each time I do the practices in this book, I find there's more and more things that I'm grateful for. It's not always the same things that come up for me. And it really has made a difference in my life to think about being grateful all the time and saying thank you for things, whether it's someone who's packed my groceries or just talking to someone on the telephone. I always say thank you. And that it's very important, because it, like you say, it does raise your vibration and it gives you more things to be grateful for.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. Yes, I totally agree with you. More we say thank you, more, we become grateful for something, something more happens to be grateful for. And, there will be circumstances that, we want to say thank you again and then again and again. It just brings more and more. And I just want to mention, we tend to say thank you for something that other people do things for me. Like my husband helped me for something and I say thank you. But, gratitude is beyond that. And, through this magic practice, we learn to be grateful without nobody do anything for us. We find something to be grateful, and then we'll have eyes to look, find more and more, things to be grateful. And I feel much happier because, before I studied this online business, I was in a stage of lack. Why I don't have enough time, why I don't have enough money. And, I was in a victim stage, right? Because I was in a state of lack. But now I studied this online business and study practice gratitude. I make a list of 10 things that I want, I am grateful for every morning. And, you know, things really started to change. And this business, along with being grateful for, really I feel abundant in my life. I am so blessed and I have this feeling of happiness. And it's really amazing. Yeah. What about you, Melly?
Wow, ladies, you guys almost said them all. That's for sure. Uh, so you ladies are talking about your experience also, right? And things that happen in our life. For me, gratitude is one thing that I kind of back then I know that we have to be grateful for, right? When our parents would say, you said thank you, but it's not like it was different compared to now. To be honest, this online business definitely changed my life. I was grateful before, but now that I am on this business, I am even more grateful for everything. And like Linnell and you ladies were saying, that the law of attraction, being grateful is always be nice. And if you're thinking about negative things, negative, a lot of negative happen, and that is definitely true. And I learned so much because of this online business with, especially with Jamie back then. We talk about law of attraction. I even have the book of the law of attraction. And now I am more aware when I have to kind of cut off that negativity, because I don't want that in my mind, and I don't want that to be feed in my mind instead. And there are some days that, like, my boys, having the family is not easy. And my boys sometimes is like, oh my goodness, they're stressing me out with school and things like that. And now I am realizing, whatever happened is going to be good. So I am not stressing anything. And if I'm going to complain about something, I mean, there are some days it's like, oh my goodness, really? What have you done? That kind of thing. And then it's easier for me now to take that and take it into a positive thing instead of looking into everything that it's wrong.
Mhm.
So it is really, really nice to be grateful for.
Mhm.
And living that kind of life, I am so happy that I learned about this business, about how we are doing the gratitude. And yeah, the magic is definitely very helpful in my life and my marriage, to be honest. To be honest, it's just like marriage turned my life around. This business turned my life around because of the gratitude that we have.
Mhm.
One thing I remember when I was living with a nun, uh, that's the first time that I was kind of thinking, okay, gratitude apparently is very important. So every time she come home from somewhere else, she brings the little things for us, and she told us, all of us, it's just like, either small things or big things. You have to be saying thank you, and you are grateful for, because when you say something thank you about little things, big things will come
Yes.
later on. So that's always been in my mind, and I'm so grateful for that. And so that's what I can share with you, ladies.
Thank you very much, Melly. Yes, then it's also important to surround ourselves with like-minded people. And in our community, like as soon as we start our business, we encourage to read magic and then start practice, gratitude. So everybody is like sort of positive people.
Mhm.
So I really like it, surrounding those kind of people that brings my vibration even higher up. And then maybe that's why we get along so well. Maybe it's because our vibration is almost the same.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, there was one thing I was going to share, but now I forget, so I guess that's okay. Anything else?
Well, I would like to say add that, now we are more aware when
Hmm.
the negativity is coming, and then we know when to stop.
Hmm.
So that is definitely one thing that I like about how we are right now.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yes, surrounding with people, with positive people, is really good.
It
Hmm.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes I catch myself complaining too,
yeah.
right? And then
Mhm.
and then I go like, "Oh no, sorry, I'm not complaining. I was just telling a fact." I used to have a posting right on my computer screen say, "Do not complain, do not gossip, and don't be negative," and just keep reminding myself. But now, without having those little sticky note on my screen, I am aware, what's important.
Mhm.
Being grateful is truly important. Yeah.
Mhm. It is.
Anything else to add?
Mhm.
You said
Well,
it well.
thank you very much for viewing, for those people who are watching and may going to watch the replay of this business chat. I hope we brought you some value, and I hope you learn a little bit about being grateful for why it's so important. And once you decide to join our online business, and you will definitely learn more. And just by practicing gratitude, your life will be brightened up for sure. Well, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week again. Bye for
Thank
now.
you. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.